Now, it is clear that something needs to be done about the budgetary process in the country. I wonder what happened to the zero budgeting option that was offered by the executive in 2015. Well, let's move on. The next report looks at the budget defense sessions which dominated the parliament this week.
The Senate and the House of Representatives suspended plenary for 2 weeks to allow their standing committees commence budget defense sessions with government ministries, departments and agencies. Time is of the essence for the National Assembly to pass the 2019 budget after the elections diverted the attention of lawmakers and indeed the country in the last few months. In the House of Representatives, the Acting Inspector General of Police and the top management of the Nigeria Police Force appeared before the House Committee on Police Affairs to defend the 2019 budget of the force. After a welcome address by the chairman of the committee, the police IG starts with a breakdown of the 2018 capital budget performance of the force.
Out of 25.1 billion naira appropriated for capital projects, only the sum of 5 billion naira, representing 20%, has so far been released, while the sum of 20.1 billion naira is yet to be released.
Though 87% of the overhead budget was cash-backed, he laments the continuous decline over the years in the budgetary allocation to the police, despite the size and actual needs of the force. A trend that appears set to continue as outlined in the 2019 budget proposal.
Arising from fund constraints, the capital and overhead cost estimate for 2019 are limited to the given envelope, and they do not reflect the actual needs of the force. For example, the capital budget proposed by the force amounted to 77.5 billion naira. You can see the details in Appendix 5, pages 35 to 42. However, the envelope is limited to 16.3 billion naira.
He appealed to the lawmakers to pass the Police Reform Trust Fund bill as a matter of urgency. The lawmakers made some observations.
I'm sure most of the things I have seen is more than 50%. I don't want to mention the agencies, but I will mention it when we have an executive session. If there is a way they do it, why? Why not police? So we need to know this, and we need to give some little advice and insight of how this can be done.
Government needs to pay much with regard to security, because the primary objective of any state across the globe is the provision of security.
The money you raise from bank DT, the money from the banks that they pay to you, and the monies you collect from oil companies and other services you render. It's very, very important we capture every revenue item, whether for your usage or for the users of the country.
Security to the banks, to oil companies, they pay, but they don't pay to individuals, they pay to accounts, and those accounts are known to government and they go to single treasury accounts, so we don't have access to it. Another question was, why do you pay contractors 100%? Yes, there are some critical access that when you acquire them, you must pay immediately. For example, vehicles. If you need vehicles and you give the contract out, you must pay completely. That's why you see, this is just an example. That's why 100% are being paid.
You have not done anything in your agency, no releases.
In another room, the House Committee on Aviation met with the Minister of State Aviation and officials of the ministry for the 2019 budget defense session. He starts with the ministry's 2018 capital budget performance.
Total capital appropriation for the aviation subsector for 2018 was 26,943,855,802 naira even, out of which the sum of 3,124,228,142 naira and 40 kobo, representing 11.6%, was released to the sector.
This is one of the budget defense sessions between the Joint National Assembly Committee on Agriculture and the Ministry of Agriculture. Committee members and the Minister of Agriculture expressed concern over the persistent importation of commodities.
What is eating deep into our incapacity to develop are the little things. Go to these major shopping malls in Abuja, in Kano, in Lagos. Go to their sections where they sell vegetables. Call it any vegetable, any fruits. They're imported from South Africa. Do you know, sir, there are Nigerians who use their cell phones to import pizza from London? Buy in London, they bring it on British Airways in the morning to pick up at the airport. It's a very annoying situation, and we have to move a lot faster in cutting down some of these things.
The sum of 296.
The Minister of Transportation, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, is also before the Committee on Land Transportation. He updates committee members on the status of the federal government's railway project across the country.
Our approach to the 2019 appropriation bill will not be different. We will ensure a thorough interrogation of the proposals before us in order to ensure that Nigerians obtain the greatest value for every naira appropriated.
It's common knowledge to Nigerians that there is a Kano, Katsina, Jibia, Tomarani rail. It's common knowledge there is one from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri, which we are negotiating and also hoping to get approval from the cabinet. The one from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri, and let me get this special privilege to mention them, that it commences from Port Harcourt to Aba, commences to Port Harcourt, from Port Harcourt to Weri too, and then to, depending on which medicine we choose, whichever alignment we choose, we end up at Maiduguri.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the House Committee on Finance, Ibrahim Babangida, has frowned at the absence of members of the executive at the meeting on the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper in the House of Representatives. The meeting on the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper in the House could not hold as the Minister of National Planning and most of the heads of agencies invited failed to turn up. Speaking with journalists after the meeting was postponed, the lawmaker said this will delay the passage of the document.
The only person that is available is the DG Debt Management. So you can see that we cannot proceed to discuss the MTEP in the absence of these key players. That's why we have to adjourn the meeting. We are going to give them a new date.